And maybe tuck the shoulder blades under and reach the arms out, lengthening through the fingertips, and then release them to the ground with the palms, wrists, and elbows soft. And then take a moment maybe to stretch the legs and lengthen the low back, and then relax and let the legs and pelvis find its most natural, relaxed position. And then maybe rock your nose left and right a few times, keeping your head back onto your mat. Just massaging the neck and throat, and find the most comfortable place for you. And then let's take a few breaths, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. 3 long, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then let your breath find its own natural rhythm and pace. If you're able to breathe through the nostrils, breathing in and out through the nostrils, otherwise, breathing in and out through the mouth and nose. And let your breath be comfortable and easeful as you take it a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, and a little bit fuller. Letting the air flow in, it fills you, warms you, stimulates you, it's nourishing you. And the exhale naturally follows, clearing you, carrying out metabolic waste, softening you. For today's Wednesday wellness theme, we're going to talk about home is where the heart is. A turtle carries its home on its back. And so, as humans, we carry our home in our heart. And the word home has a wide variety of connotations. To some, home is merely a place where basic needs are addressed. To others, home is the foundation from which they draw their strength and tranquility. And still others view home as a place linked to family, or a hometown, or a home school where you went to school. Yet all these definitions of home imply somewhere we can be ourselves and are totally safe, secure, and accepted. There, we feel safe enough to let down our guard, peaceful enough to really relax, and loved enough to want to return day after day. However, these qualities don't have to be linked to a single space or person or place at all. Home is where the heart is and can be the locale you reside in. Our home can be a feeling you carry within yourself wherever you are. The process of evolution can require you undergo transformations that uproot you, moving from place to place, especially in this last year of the pandemic, all the changes, being isolated, having things that were familiar to us in our lifestyle basically completely stripped from us. And so to carry your home with you, you need only to become your own foundation. And our yoga practice helps us establish this. And doing so is merely a matter of staying grounded and centered and recognizing yourself, your presence, that you are in your body safely and securely, and fortunately healthy, and that you can enjoy that presence simply, and that sense of safety and being at home in your body, in your mind, in your feelings, simply by allowing yourself to stay connected to them consciously and allowing your experiences without judgment, without constraint, without demanding something other than what is. So your home can be any state of being that fulfills you. Cultivating this kind of peace within yourself and in your surroundings supports this way of being. So today, as you go out into our practice together, allow yourself to feel at home in your body space, in your mind space, in your feeling space. With whatever you encounter, simply regard it with neutrality and perhaps even employ an attitude of curiosity and excitement and exploration of discovery. And it doesn't mean if you find something unpleasant or uncomfortable that you don't endeavor to try and transform it or improve it, in some cases, even discard it. But it means that we do it starting with accepting that it's there, with loving kindness, with compassion, with friendliness, and with open curiosity to be illuminated, to be informed, to gain clarity about ourselves, and then choosing how to be, consciously choosing. So from here, take a gentle stretch, reaching the legs and arms out as if you're going to push the walls opposite your fingertips and feet away, lengthening. And then on an exhale, bend the knees and hug the knees into your chest. And just rock side to side, massaging the back body. And then pause and engage your belly, engage your pelvic floor, and lift your shoulders and your head towards your knees. Just curling up into a tight ball here. And then hold on to the right knee and release the left leg long and let it float there. And then lay the head, neck, and shoulders down and release the left leg to the floor, engaging all the flesh around the bone, flexing the foot. And draw the right knee in a little closer to your belly or towards the outer side body to the right, towards the armpit and the floor. Spreading, broadening, widening the soles of the feet, fanning all 10 toes out, and try to be aware of the whole back body staying grounded. So you're activated, but not straining. Taking a stretch, but not too much, forcing or straining. Taking a stretch and not just kind of lying there like a overcooked noodle. And then bring the leg back to center and hold on behind the thigh and lift and lower the right heel a few times, just straightening out the knee and bending. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend, just a few times. Stretching within your range of motion and maybe being aware of tickling your edges a little bit, being curious and discovering and exploring and experimenting where the edge of your stretch is. And the next time you straighten the leg out, just hold it there, holding on behind the thigh or on the shin or around the ankle, or some of you might be able to take the foot if you're super duper flexible. And just take a few breaths, allowing the breath to flow through both legs. The right leg is active, the left leg is active. The arms are gently activated by pulling the leg into the stretch. And the back body is grounded. The neck and throat and shoulders are neutral. And then release the arms up overhead and release the leg hovering to the floor or to the floor. And then on an exhale, bring the leg towards the chest, lift your shoulders and head towards the leg, bring the palms to the floor next to your hips. So continue with this sit up with the legs straight and the arms flowing overhead as you reach the leg down. And then the arms coming back to the ground next to the hips as you bring the leg and the torso together. Now, as you do this, engage the belly ever so slightly. Think about the area between the hip points and the belly button. And see if you can just consciously try and contract that and feel into it. And then the next time you come up, pause, hold the leg, maybe draw it a little closer. Lay the head, neck, and shoulders down. Take the left hand to the left hip and draw the leg out to the right and take your gaze to the left. So just taking a gentle stretch, continuing to keep the back body grounded. So if the left hip is starting to lift and the back is starting to get a kinky arch in it behind the waist, that's too far. Reaching through both legs as if you're going to push the walls away opposite the feet, but also feeling the leg, the energy coming back up through the leg into the hip. We always have this downward, upward current running. So try to pay attention to both of those actions happening as you engage all the flesh and muscles around all the leg bones. The feet are active, the toes are spread, breath is flowing. The gaze is softly to the left, your face is serene and expressionless. And then bring the leg back to center. Bend the left knee, bring the right ankle onto the left thigh, and weave the right hand through the triangle between the thighs. And draw the shin towards you, flexing both feet. So draw the legs in force stretch as close as you can to your body. And be mindful to not go so far that you lift the low back. And then if it's comfortable for you, rock this side to side. You might even push your right elbow against the right thigh a little bit, opening that space in the hip flexor of the front of the right thigh and where it meets the torso. And then pause in the middle. Engage the belly, engage the pelvic floor, and lift the head, neck, and shoulders towards the shin. And draw the knees in to whatever extent you can. Gauging where your range of motion is on the inhale, expanding out into it. On the exhale, relaxing at that expansion edge. And then release the head, neck, and shoulders down. Release the left foot to the floor. Take the arms off the shoulders in a T. Keep the legs in force stretch and roll over to the left with the legs. So the outer edge of the left leg is going to come onto the mat or floor. The right sole of the foot's on the floor. The knee is still pointing to the ceiling. Take the right arm up overhead and look to the right. Left arm is off the shoulder. And just breathe into the right armpit and the rib and waist area that are getting stretched out in the twist. And feel the length of the line from the right fingertips to the right hip to the knee to the foot. And feel the length of the line from the left fingertips to the left armpit to the left hip to the left knee lying down on the floor. The inhale lengthens, exhale softens. The inhale nourishes, the exhale clears. And then gently come back to center, stretch the body long, straighten the legs out, arms overhead, take a nice stretch, whole body stretch. And exhale, hug the knees to the chest, rock side to side once again, just massaging the back body and the shoulder blades and the spine. Nice and easy. Then pause in the middle, hold on to the left knee and reach the right leg long. You can hover it if you want to challenge your core a little bit more, or lay it down. Both feet are active, flexing the ankles, fanning the toes out. And then you can lift the head, neck, and shoulders towards the left knee and keep connected with engagement in the whole abdominal panel, from the pubic bone to the hip points to the breastbone. It's like a sail. And then release the head, neck, and shoulders down, and you can release the right leg down and draw the left knee in a little closer to the thigh or out to the left side of the body if you're super duper flexible towards the underarm and floor. Keeping the back body grounded, the head, neck, shoulders, neck, and head are neutral. The arms are activated a little bit by the pulling of the thigh in. Right leg is active, grounding it into the floor, but also reaching away with the heel and the ball of the foot. Let your breath flow. Then take the hands behind the left thigh and just open and close the knee a few times, lengthening the leg out, reaching the ball of the foot and the heel towards the ceiling now, and then bending. Feel the bands of muscle and tissue under your hands there. These are some of the biggest, strongest muscles in the body. And the next time the leg is straight, release the arms up overhead, release the leg down on the inhale. Exhale, take the sit up. Inhale, lengthen everything out. Exhale, left leg and torso coming together, palms down at the hips. Follow your own breath a few times. And the next time you sit up to the leg, catch it and see how far you can lengthen the leg and lift the torso towards the leg. Keeping both legs active, all the flesh engaged all around the leg bones, the belly's engaged, breath is flowing. And release the head, neck, and shoulders down and stretch the leg out a little bit more if it's available. And then bend the right knee, come into force stretch with the left ankle on the right thigh, weaving the hands around the shin, flexing both feet and ankles, and rock the knees side to side. It's a nice massage to the low back and the low belly and the hip joints. And pause in the middle, engage your pelvic floor, engage your belly, lift your shoulders and your head towards the legs, drawing the legs towards the torso. This is working with some of the deeper core structures in your body, from the pelvic floor up the inside of the pelvic crest, up through the iliopsoas and psoas lines to the middle of the back, actually, right along the spine. These are the deep core structures. And release your head, neck, shoulders down and ground the foot to the floor, staying in force stretch, arms off the shoulders. And release the legs, keeping them in force stretch to the right. Let the left arm float overhead, look to the left, right arm is off the shoulder, reaching across the room. And feel that length once again from the left fingertips through the armpit, through the rib cage to the waist and hip, left knee. And same thing on the right side, from the right fingertips through the right armpit down to the right waist to the right knee. Push the left knee towards the wall opposite. Nice deep breaths. Feel the fanning of the left rib cage with the inhale expanding and then softening. You might even feel the skin in the waist and the left buttock, the belly, moving with that. And gently bring it all back to center. Stretch the body long. Nice long inhale, getting as long as you can. Exhale, crunch in. Take hold of the legs around the shins. Inhale, release the legs away with the knees bent or straight and on an angle so that the low back and the front of the belly stay charged so you don't strain into creating a big arch in the low back. Then exhale, crunch in. So keep that position of the spine and then release the legs long away, floating, and the arms overhead. So whatever your range of motion, some of you might just be able to bend the knees and release them away and draw them in. The whole while, try to keep the pelvic floor and the belly engaged. Try to keep the belly from popping like a balloon and the low back arching, overarching. And some of you might even be able to lay all the way down and keep that engagement. So do a few of these. If you need to take a rest, stop, honor your body. Following your breath. And next time you release long, just stretch it all out again. And then bend the knees and bring the knees towards the underarms and either hold on behind the knees or thighs or hold on to the shins and ankles or the feet coming into happy baby pose. So the feet and knees are wide, the feet are flexed, the ankles and feet are charged. You're pushing into the hands, but you're pulling back with the arms on the feet pushing into the hands. So you got, again, that two currents running, right? Pushing and pulling. And the whole back body is grounded here. Neck and shoulders are neutral. And if it's comfortable, just rock side to side a few times. And then pause in the middle and hold for a few more breaths, just playing around with the dynamics between the feet and hands, push pulling against each other, and the widening of the groins. See if you can let the pelvic floor just widen. Try to be sure that the back body is grounded, that the tailbone and buttocks aren't starting to lift. Head and neck are neutral. Feel the belly rise between the thighs on the inhale and soften back towards the spine on the exhale. The inhale comes in, it nourishes. The exhale clears and softens. And let's bring the soles of the feet together, holding on to the feet, ankles, or shins, and push the knees away. Engage the pelvic floor, engage the belly, and look up. Lift the shoulders and head to look up through the feet. And release the head, neck, and shoulders down and hold on behind the thighs and rock up and down a few times if that's comfortable for you. This is not something that everybody likes or can do. So only do it if it's okay. If you can't do it, just sit up gently and then gently roll down using the hands to support you. You can cross the legs or leave the feet on the floor as you do that support for yourself. And the next time you come up, land in easy seated pose with the feet and ankles supporting the shins, sitting up nice and tall. And let's bring the fingertips alongside, giving yourself a little extra lift with the fingertips pressing down like a tent, shoulders gently coming down and into the back of the heart as if it's cupping it and supporting it to lift and rise. Pull the front body slightly towards the back body beyond the center or back side of the sit bones. The head is floating up on top of it all. A little bit of pressure into the fingertips to activate the arms. Feel the flesh of the triceps and biceps activating. And let's inhale the arms up and exhale down a few times. And see if you can follow your fingertips with your peripheral gaze. Inhale up, exhale down. And next time you inhale up, interlace the hands and press the palms away. Lengthening the side body, lengthening the armpits. Being aware of the weight on the sit bones, belly lifting, sacrum broadening, widening, and lifting. And if it's comfortable, make little circles, massaging into the shoulder joint. And pause. And then bring that forward and round the spine and bring the chin to the chest as you turn the tailbone in. And then inhale and lift. And then exhale, bring the hands at chest or shoulder height, rounding. And all it is a kind of seated, adapted cat and cow. And the next time the arms are in front, simply open them like wings at shoulder height. Draw them back on the inhale, arch. And then exhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. And the chin to the chest. Turn the tailbone in. Inhale, open the wings. Exhale, gently close in front. Just a few this way. Playing with your range of motion. And again, honoring where you are, observing your biofeedback and responding to it appropriately. And the next time you come forward, bring the hands down and walk the fingertips out and lengthen forward over the legs. If it's comfortable, rock the torso side to side. And then pause and take a couple of breaths, just stretching, seeing if you can reach a little further, grounding the sit bones down, lifting the belly, riding the whole breastbone forward as if the heart's coming towards the crown of the head. And then let's walk the hands to the left, framing the knee with the left hand off to the left side and the right fingertips off to the right a little bit. And your torso in the middle. So now roll the belly button skin towards the left leg and let the torso reach out over crown of the head, reaching across the room. And see if you can gently allow the pelvis to find a place where it is supporting as a foundation for the spine to be free to revolve and reach. And then let's ground the left hand down and lift the right arm up and overhead, taking a nice big side bend. The body should be nice and stretched out for this now. And then come back down and walk to center and sit it up. Inhale the arms up, take the hands behind, fingertips and palms down. Bring the feet out with them parallel, hip distance apart. Press the hands and fingers, sits bones and feet into the earth. Draw the elbows and shoulders in and take a gentle seated arch. And if you want something a little bit more intense, you could lift the hips, lengthening the spine, kind of a reverse table, right? The arms and lower legs are the legs of the table. The spine is and the torso is the top. And then lower down and change the cross of the legs. That's a memory quiz. Bring the fingertips alongside. pressing into them, lengthening the arms, lengthening the torso. And let's inhale the arms up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and interlace the uncomfortable way and turn the palms to the ceiling. So whatever extent that you can straighten the arms, rolling the armpits forward, engaging the tricep bicep muscles into the arm bones. Reaching. It's a nice stretch for the wrists, hands, and fingers. And maybe circles again here, a few. It'll feel different because the arms are differently engaged with the fingers being interlaced in a different way. So just pay attention to how that is for you and how it registers. And then let's exhale and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And this time when you round, inhale, open the arms out like a curtain or wings, arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch, and come forward, bringing the fingertips to the floor, reaching long with the torso. Engage the belly, lengthen the spine, ground the sits bones, walk the fingers out, engage the flesh all around the arms. It's active, but without straining, without forcing. And if it feels comfortable, you can rock side to side a few times here. And pause. And gently walk out to the right, keeping the arms as wide as the shoulders. Roll the flesh of the belly around to the right. Lengthen the spine. Back of the neck is long, front of the throat is soft. Let your face be smooth and serene. Reaching on an angle across the room with the crown of the head. And then ground the right hand down and swing the left arm up and over to the right. And then come up and bring the hands behind, bring the feet out, either taking the arch seated or lifting the hips. Gently lower down and stand up, coming towards the front of your mat. So finding a mountain pose, either with the feet together or the feet fist distance apart or just inside the hips. And find a nice standing position where the legs are charged, grounding down. Bring the weight, stamp the heels down, but also ground the big toe mound. Right? So that's going to make you feel a little off balance, but you'll feel how that forces activation, a natural integrity of the structure being activated, because the body is so intelligent. It's put together to function like this without us actually having to think about it. And so it will feel like you're back and teetering, but this is actually when you feel that activation come all the way up the legs into the groins and into the belly, that is correct postural alignment, because it's employing all the structures to come into action to support it. Arms are at your side. Head is lifting, floating up off the shoulders. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. We'll just flow through some standing poses. Inhale up and take a side bend to the left. Inhale, center, lengthen. Exhale to the right. Two more. Inhale, center. exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, last one, exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, take the hands to the low back, palms up or down, fingertips up or down, or interlace, or hold on to the ankles and wrists. I'm sorry, the wrists or elbows. Inhale, take a nice standing arch wherever you are, drawing the elbows and shoulders back, lifting the heart without exaggerating the arch in the low back. So you want to keep that downward, upward flow of engagement through the legs, protecting the low back and allowing to free the rib cage and the heart. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward, lifting the arms overhead. If you have to bend your knees, go ahead. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, swoop the arms down and come to chair pose. A few breaths here. Long, smooth inhale. Long, smooth exhale. Wherever your chair pose is. Long, smooth inhale. Grounding the feet, stamping the heels, grounding into the big toe mound and the pinky toe mound. Spine is straight. Engage the belly. Tailbone is gently coming in without creating an arch. Next, exhale, fold into forward bend. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take the right foot back into a high lunge. So all 10 toes are pointing forward. The left knee is over the left ankle. Straighten the front leg and then bend. And then lengthen and bend. So think of it as lifting and lowering the pelvis. The feet are engaged, the legs are engaged, the hands are engaged, torso is long. Next time the left knee is straight, just pause there, trying to draw the left hip back and under. Think of drawing the sit bones up towards each other and up, grounding into the legs, but also feeling that earth energy coming up, supporting, releasing the spine. And then let's bend the left knee, ground the right hand right under the right shoulder, and lift the left fingertips up to the ceiling, revolving the belly towards the left leg. Keeping the right leg active. Watch that that left knee doesn't wander away from being directly over the ankle. And let's gently on an exhale, release the left hand down and step back to downward facing dog. 3 nice long breaths here. And then gently come to the knees and bring the hands onto the low back as you lift up. Draw the elbows and shoulders back and take a gentle arch kneeling. This is camel ustrasana adaptation. Don't come into your full camel yet unless you feel totally ready. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, softens. See how much you can keep the thighs pulling forward, the inner thighs rolling back, freeing the low back, freeing the diaphragm and the rib cage. And on your next exhale, fold into child's. Interlace the hands at the low back. Lift the hips, come onto the crown of the head, draw the arms overhead. Three breaths. And on your next exhale, release back. Inhale the arms forward into extended child's. Come up to table and do a few cat and cows here. If you're tired or feel any soreness, you can come onto the forearms. Just a little resting interlude. Feel like you're moving the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Then come to a neutral spine, turn the toes under, back to downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward, step forward into forward fold. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands on the hips. Inhale all the way up. Hands at your sides, Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale the arms up. Side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, lengthen. Exhale, left. Last one. Inhale, center. Ground the feet. Ground and charge the legs. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Interlace the hands behind or hold the wrists or elbows. Next, inhale, standing arch, gentle standing arch. Folding forward on the exhale. Draw the arms overhead. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, swoop the arms alongside the body, coming into chair. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take the left foot back for high lunge. Now each leg is on its own runway, just a little bit left and right of your midline. The right knee is over the right ankle. The torso is being supported by the hands a little bit. It's not just hanging on top of the right thigh. The left leg is engaged, pressing the ball of the foot into the ground, standing the toes out and pressing the heel back. And let's lift and lower the pelvis. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, straightening out the right knee, bend the right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and hold. Trying to draw the right hip back and under, letting the torso cascade down the front thigh. Back of the neck is long. Let the head go, but not hanging like a rag doll. Letting the breath flow, shoulders out of the ears. Engaging the legs. Engaging the arms. Engage the core. Let's bend the right knee, ground the left hand underneath the left shoulder, and reach the right fingertips to the ceiling, rolling the belly button flush towards the right thigh. Lengthen from the left heel through the pelvis, through the heart, through the throat, out the crown of the head. Reach the arms as far apart from each other as you can. Ground, stamp that right foot down. Make sure the right knee stays over the right ankle. Next breath, bring the right hand down outside the right foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Holding for 3 nice long smooth breaths. Nice long inhale, full complete exhale. Legs are engaged, arms are engaged. Nice full inhale, full complete exhale. Lengthen the spine. Head is just releasing down, heart towards the thighs. Next exhale, come back to the knees and up into whatever you are going to do. For this modification at Ustrasana, the hands can be fingertips up or down on the low back. It could be on the thighs. And if you feel warm enough, you could bring them to the heel of the hand. You want to make sure the thighs are staying forward and that the low back is staying broad and wide and long. That takes freedom of the diaphragm to expand and the rib cage to lift. And that takes grounding down into the knees, shins, and feet, up through the pelvic floor, up through the central core, those psoas lines. Next, exhale, Gently fold into child's pose, forehead down, palms up by the feet. Interlace the hands at the low back or just hold the wrists or elbows. Lift the hips, come up onto the crown of the head, lift the arms up overhead. This is a variation on rabbit pose. Be right on the crown of the head, where that soft spot on a baby would be. Let your breath flow. Shoulders out of the ears, belly engaged, grounding into the shins and feet. Next, exhale, fold down. Inhale, extended child's. Come on up into tabletop. Then do a few cat and cows here, engaging the palms and all 10 fingers. Yeah, wrists are right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, really moving the spine from crown to tail. Think of it as a massage to the whole spinal column. Then come to a neutral spine and up into downward facing dog. Nice long inhale. Exhale, look forward, walk or step forward to forward fold. Inhale, up flat back. Exhale, fold, hands on the hips. Come all the way up, back to Tadasana. I thought it'd be fun to try some balance poses today. We haven't done that much. So standing in your Tadasana, nice strong mountain pose, and we're going to do tree pose. So shift the weight to the left, turn the right leg out. You can have the hands on the hip to help with balance, or if you feel like you need a wall today or a chair, get that. With the heel just gently resting on the inner edge of the left leg, and they're pushing against each other. And you're using that energetic not only to ground, but to lift up and get balance. Or perhaps the leg can go onto the calf or above the knee or up into the crook of where the leg meets the groins. And again, still that same dynamic of the leg and the foot gently activating towards each other and lifting up tall with the torso. If you feel you want to challenge your balance with a different arm position, you can reach the arms overhead or interlace, pointing the pointer fingers away. Balance is always something that challenges us, the body and mind. And let's gently come down and bring the knee forward, bring the hands back to the hips, and see if you can straighten the leg out. And tap the heel down and lift it up. And tap the heel down, lift it up. Tap it down, lift it up. This time, tap it down and bring it back and see if you can balance with the leg behind you. Some of you may be able to come all the way down with the hands under the shoulders. Reaching the ball of the foot or the heel towards the wall behind you. And it's fine if the leg is lower. Lengthening the spine, hands are right under the shoulders. Then gently try to come all the way up. Arms overhead, hands back to the hips. Shift the weight to the right side. Turn the left hip out, finding your best position for your tree on the opposite side. Takes a lot of focus and concentration to do balance poses. I have to not look at the screen. Whatever arm position feels comfortable for you. And feeling those currents, that downward grounding current, and then also simultaneously the uprising current. Hands back to the hips, bring the knee forward, lengthen the leg out. Tap it down, lift it up. 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 Next time you tap it down, hinge back. And just find where your balance point is that you can do today, wherever that is. Once again, honoring yourself, reaching the heel towards the wall behind you. Lengthen that leg, ground into the standing leg. Belly is firm, spine is long, breath is flowing. Use all those dynamics to help the pose feel light. It's spacious as best you can. And gently release the leg down and rise up, arms overhead, hands to the heart. Let's take the legs nice and wide, toes pointing forward or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale the arms up, interlace the hands behind. Inhale, knuckles down, lift the heart. Exhale, torso forward, knuckles overhead. Take a few breaths here. Experimenting, exploring, examining, allowing the inhale to engage and lengthen and charge and activate you. It nourishes. And the exhale to soften and ease and clear and find space and calmness. On your next inhale, engage those legs in the core. Come all the way up. Keep the hands interlaced. Take a little arch on top where we started. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release the arms off the shoulders. Turn the right leg out. Left toes forward and find your Trikonasana. Nice triangle pose. A few breaths. Gently letting the breath flow through your entire being, bringing connection, bringing aliveness, bringing awareness, helping you to stretch and release tightness, and let the exhale soften you in that expansion, in that curious state of being. Why am I doing triangle? Nice strong legs, come up, bend the right knee into a warrior two. Reaching with the fingertips to the opposite ends of the walls opposite your fingertips. Right knee is right over the right ankle. Both legs active and engaged. Torso right in the middle. Gazing over the right fingertips. Next breath, straighten the right leg, arms up overhead. Turn the right toes forward and exhale, fold forward. Hands coming to the floor under the shoulders and crown of the head releasing down. Legs engaged. Shoulders out of the ears. Prasarita. Padottanasana, wide-legged forward bend. Few breaths. It's also a nice inversion. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Come all the way up. Turn left toes out, right toes in, finding your triangle on the opposite side. Lengthening both sides of the spine. Side bodies are long, both sides, left and right, and the front and back. You want to have an equal distance in the torso. Instead of collapsing down or being forward, you're directly over the side of the leg. So maybe it means to get that length, you're a little further up on the leg, not too much weight on the left hand or a block inside or outside the leg. See where your position is best for you to have integrity in the posture, where you can still ground the inner outer edges of the heels and the big toe mounds. Feel the air come in and release out in all directions like a starburst. Triangle pose. Strong legs bring you up and into warrior two on the opposite side. So adjusting your leg space if you need to, finding the correct alignment from the front heel to the back of the foot, either at the heel or the arch, or some people have to have a different alignment for purposes in their own bodies that necessitate it. Reaching out the fingertips to the walls opposite, grounding into the earth. The body, the pelvis, the spine, the shoulders and head floating in the middle, light and spacious, gazing over the left hand. Next breath, straighten the left leg out, turn it forward, and fold one last time for a forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And maybe it feels comfortable to swing the torso side to side. See what feels good in your body. This is a nice place to also, if you have headstand in your practice, to go up into headstand. And on your next inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Sit the torso up. Turn the right toes forward, turn the left toes forward, step forward to Tadasana, hands at the heart. And then gently release to a squat. Sitting on the heels if you can, or being wherever you can, where you're starting to head come down towards the squat. If you are comfortable and feel balanced, you can bring the arms up overhead. And then gently lower all the way down and sit with the legs straight into staff pose, grounding the sits bones, lengthening the spine, balls of the feet charged, grounding the backs of the legs and the heels. Inhale the arms up, exhale, fold forward. Nice, smooth breath flowing, legs engaged, torso long, back of the neck long, front of the throat soft. Let the face be passive, neutral. And inhale up and see if you can slowly roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, or simply roll to your side and lay down on your back. And once you're there, just bend the knees. Let's cross the left leg over the right. Cross it again if you can. Arms off the shoulders in a T. Sit the hips a little bit to the left. Release the knees to the right. Take your gaze left, keeping both shoulder blades grounded as best you can. Just a few deep breaths. If crossing the legs is not comfortable for you, you can simply have the legs in a parallel position. Gently come back to center, straighten the spine out, change the cross of the legs, sit the hips a little bit to the right, Let the knees release to the left and take the gaze to the right. Nice deep breaths. And gently come back to center. Straighten out the spine, release the body long. Stretching the spine out, reaching the toes or the heels towards the wall opposite the feet, the fingertips up overhead. And where we started, once again, taking 3 big breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Stretch and take a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, soften. One more time, stretch, inhale through the nose, really stretching, stretching. Relax, exhale through the mouth, let it all go. And bring yourself into your Shavasana position. Arms alongside the body, a comfortable distance, palms up, feet a comfortable distance apart from each other. Making any minor adjustments you need to be comfortable and relaxed. Letting the floor support you, allowing your body to receive that strong, firm, stable support beneath you. Yield the weight of your body to gravity and let yourself relax, being held and cradled by the earth. And relax with each breath a little bit more, starting with your toe tips, relaxing all 10 toes. Relax your feet and ankles. Relax your shins and your calves. Relax your knee joints, the inner knee, the outer knee, relaxing the knee joint. Relax your upper legs. Let the thigh muscles relax. Relax your buttocks, your pelvis and hips. Relax your low belly. Relax your stomach and your navel center. Relax your rib cage area. The sides of the ribs, the front of the ribs, the back of the ribs. Relaxing. Relax your heart center. Relax your throat center. Relax your shoulders and your arms. Relax your hands and your fingers. Relax the back of your head and your face. Relax the hinges of your jaw and the contents of your mouth. Relax your eyes. Relax the center of your forehead. Relax the crown of your head. Your whole body, from your crown to your fingertips to your toe tips, relaxed, quiet, and still for a few more breaths in Shavasana. Feel the breath at your nostril tips. And bring your hands to your heart. And know that in here resides you in your true home, always here, safe and secure, stable. Always in your heart, regarding yourself with love and compassion and friendliness and kindness. Always available here at the home, the cave of your own heart. And gently, as you feel ready, roll to one side.